Yo, it's Graceless Cargo 6. You guys already know who I am. So the last video I did was like about a month ago, and this is basically an update. You know, I got a story that I'm gonna share. It's pretty stupid, but I mean it's cool. But I mean the dude that did it that was stupid. So I get some good kills right here. This one's called Sticky, because you obviously just saw me stick that fool with that syntax. That was a pretty lucky kill. So I get some lucky kills and shit in these clips. I got like about 12 clips. I named them. And Upload Studio had an update, so it's pretty cool. I messed around with the settings and felt like making the video. So basically what happened a week ago is some dude hit my car. And it sounds pretty bad, but I mean, so I was working, right? And I work as security. I was working at a gate at that time. So I just stayed in like this little guard shack, and that little guard shack looked like something straight out of Friday the 13th. That was like some scary shit, spiders, and it's all old and shit. But that dude that hit me, he was one of the workers there. I don't know if he was a supervisor or some shit, but he works there. And so I was just writing my report, daily report, what I do every hour and shit, just update it and stuff. And then all of a sudden I hear this loud bang, and I'm like, what the hell? So I look back and look out the window, and then I see my car, the bumper was hit, like the whole thing, that dude smacked it, and I was just staring at that shit like, did he just hit the car? And my car was parked, it's parked right next to the guard shack, and I'm like, what the and it wasn't right next to it actually, because the dude that I relieved, like the work morning shift, he was parked right next to it, so I was like a little bit spaced out, and there's no parking spaces, so it's like just a big lot and people park wherever. There was like a bunch of room for him to get out. I don't know how he crashed my car. He said that he didn't see it, but I mean, so basically I walk out and he's like, oh man, do you know whose car this is? I'm like, yeah, it's my car. It's like what the? And he's like, oh, the first thing he does is try to flip it on me. He's like, oh, you should have parked over here. See, this is your fault and all this shit. I'm like, dude, no. The guard, this is my first day working here. The guard that I relieved was parked there, so I couldn't have parked there. And he's like, yeah, I was afraid this was gonna happen, but I worked here 20 years and this never happened. I'm just throwing off all this bullshit. And then he goes to my car and looks at the damages, and he's like, okay, was this here? Was this here? Trying to find out what he did and what was already there. And he was pointing at my headlight. Now the headlight, fucking shit was hanging out. Like the headlight was popped off and shit. Like it didn't break off all the way, but it was hanging out. And he asked me if it was like that, and I was just staring at him like wanting to face palm, and I'm like, dude, for real? Did you just ask me that shit? And that shit was fucking stupid. And he's out asking me about the other headlight. The other one wasn't popped out, like the left side wasn't popped out, but it was like dented in, and you can tell like the whole bumper was just like out of whack, it's out of place, and it was stupid. And I just stopped him. I was like, no, this is what you did. So these scratches were already here, like there's some scratches in the front and shit, and you can tell they're pretty old. And there's some fresh ass ones. You can tell the paint has been chipped and it's just all messed up. I told him this is what you did, and he's like, oh, alright. So we took pictures, exchanged information and everything, but I mean seriously, it's a parked car. Who the fuck is gonna hit a parked car? And especially after you hit it, you blame the person that wasn't even in the car, that wasn't even driving it. It was parked. Like, how the fuck are you gonna blame it on me? Shit ain't gonna work. Like, I don't know. Many years and this is your first time doing it? Whatever. That was a pretty cool fucking shit. I just fucked everyone out the way and took that shit home. Blinking shit, but anyway, that was basically it. That happened a week ago on Wednesday when I was working, and I actually worked there. Today's what, Thursday? So I actually worked there yesterday, and the dude came back and like I was like sitting in the guard shack watching a movie and shit, because there's hardly anything to do. It's not that busy, like towards the middle of the day. And the dude walks in. He doesn't walk in. He walks to the front and he looks at me. He's like, "Oh, has my insurance person contacted you yet?" I was like, "No." And then he's like, "Oh, they shouldn't. Like he hasn't contacted you and all this shit." And I was just like, "No." And then he leaves all pissed off after I said like, "No, they haven't." So he's pissed off at me that he hit my car, and I'm just like, "Dude, what the fuck?" I'm trying to get an estimate and shit, and trying to find a good day when I can find a new car to rent and all this crap, because I'm working and can't find a good schedule, so that's why I haven't even called about the insurance. I'm trying to figure it out, but he's pissed off at me that he hit my car. I mean, what kind of fucking shit is that? Trying to blame me, pissed off at me. I was lucky and smacked the shit out of him, for real, but anyway, that's what happened last week, and a little short story about it. So now back to the video. So fuck it. So I got some good kills. You can see right here, this clip 11, peekaboo. You'll see why it's called peekaboo. peeking. That dude was staying there. He thought I was a crappy snipe. He's waiting for me. And shit, like, that's what people do. They try to taunt you, or they're just playing stupid, but I got that shit. I ain't no crappy sniper. And these are actually my good clips and shit that I just threw in, you know, like that I made last month, all in 1 month. So I'm gonna try to upload like a video, like probably like a top 10, top 5. Start uploading every month, but then every week I'm trying, or at least every couple of weeks, try to upload a new video. I know I've been lagging and shit, but you know, I got a new mic, Astros A40, the Xbox edition. It's pretty dope. It's probably gonna cut off. I don't know. I've been hearing it's cutting off right now. So throughout this video, if it's like cutting off or whatever, then my bad about that shit. And in the background, I have some instrumentals and shit. Again, the wrong instrumental. No, the other one was done. Cool. So video's about to end up. This get a hit marker, but that Syntax gets him as a cool combo. So anyway, there's a story. If you guys like that story, or if you had a similar shit where some dude tries to blame it on you after he crashed you, then comment that shit below. And till next time, yo, same thing. Add me on Twitch, Grace's Cargo 6. Add me on Xbox. Till then, it's Grace's Cargo 6 signing off. Peace.